new information I'm about to share with you will answer a question that has been on a lot of people's minds, but they haven't known how to address it until now. The question is, will the money that they have set aside for their retirement last until the end of their life? This webinar contains valuable information on how people just like you can have a safe and abundant retirement for the rest of your life. Do you have worries about your present retirement plan? In the light of the stock market's continuous ups and downs, every person has a justifiable reason for concern. In the last 20 years, the stock market has imploded 3 times. Perhaps you remember the stock market crash of 2001 or 2008, which was the most terrible crash since 1929. And recently in 2020, the worldwide pandemic nearly destroyed the most stable economy in the world. What if your retirement investments were nearly depleted the year you were ready to retire? Are you willing to gamble with that kind of uncertainty? If you are anticipating the probability of continuous disruptions from the stock market, let me introduce you to a new income strategy that uses an age-old principle from the world of finance to create a safe and reliable income for the rest of your life. The Flex method is a fairly new and advanced high-growth strategy that combines the well-known banking principle called leveraging with a safe core asset to create consistent double-digit rates of return that are not only safe, but also predictable. Let me explain the mechanics of how the Flex method works. Banks are one of the most efficient facilitators of leveraging. If you have a bank account, then you should know that you have loaned that money to your bank so that they can loan a large portion of your deposit to other customers. Banks make a substantial profit when they lend their depositors money to borrowers at a higher interest rate, then pay the depositors only a fraction of the profits. Do the banks know something about safely building wealth that we, the general public, have been missing out on for years? Absolutely. Leveraging is defined as using borrowed funds to reap a greater gain than is otherwise possible. When banks are consistent and act in good faith concerning the interests of their depositors and borrowers, this process of leveraging is considered an extremely safe and dependable enterprise that makes a lot of money using other people's money. In this illustration, you see that in step 1, customers make deposits into their bank. In steps 2 and 3, banks use the money people deposit to provide loans to borrowers, such as home loans, auto loans, new business loans, corporate loans, credit card loans, and so forth. The Flex method is not banking, but it does use the principle of leverage to create a profit spread with a core asset and a loan. Unlike banks, the Flex method does not have the risk of default or foreclosure. The core asset and the loan used in the Flex method are much safer and predictable. By now, you are probably asking yourself, how are the banking principles of leveraging going to help me save for my retirement? Let's suppose you had $10,000 to invest in a core asset such as a cash value life insurance policy with a 5% rate of return. At the end of the year, your asset should earn you $500, which is a nice return, but not a great one, right? What if the principles of the Flex method could more than double the return by using the initial $10,000 as collateral? And presume the Flex method could arrange for a $60,000 loan from a bank on your behalf at a 3.5% interest rate. Don't worry, you're not going to spend $60,000 and go into debt. Instead, you'll be using other people's money to leverage your initial $10,000. Remember, leveraging is using borrowed funds to reap a greater gain than is otherwise possible. This is something banks do safely and efficiently, and so does the Flex method. And now, so can you. The concept is to add the $60,000 loan to the cash value account of the life insurance policy, which has an average return of 5% annually. The return on the $60,000 at 5% interest is $3,000. The loan on the $60,000 at a 3.5% interest rate is $2,100 payable to the bank. This leaves a 1.5% net profit of $900 without market risk to yourself or anyone else. This is in addition to the $500 profit on your initial $10,000 investment, bringing your total net profit to $1,400. Combined, that is a 14% rate of return on your initial investment of $10,000. You could return the $60,000 loan to the bank, or use the Flex method income strategy year after year. The terms of the loan and the rate of return from your insurance policy and your bank loan are declared annually, so you can plan your strategy with complete assurance of what your overall rate of return will be. You may be wondering, who came up with this ultra-safe investment with double-digit returns? Kirk Stafford is the owner and CEO of Desert Rose Capital Management and a registered investment advisor. Kirk admired the way the banking system uses leverage to safely produce double-digit returns, and he has always appreciated the safety and reliability, and especially the tax advantages that cash value life insurance creates for its customers. The only disappointing aspect of cash value life insurance is the minimum rate of return. But then, he had an epiphany, which led to that important question: what if the banking principles of leveraging with double-digit returns could be combined with the safety and tax advantages of cash value life insurance? For the last 7 years, Kirk has empowered clients with the opportunity to navigate millions of dollars into an ultra-safe, tax-advantage, double-digit flex method income strategy. What if your $10,000 income strategy made 14% compounded interest for 5 consecutive years? How much would your initial $10,000 investment be worth then? The answer is almost double, or approximately $19,254. Now that's a great return without market risk, and without market setbacks or market crashes. What if your initial income strategy was $100,000, earning 14% compounded interest for 5 years? The answer is almost double, at approximately $192,540. What if it compounds for 10 years? What if it compounds for 20 years? It would be valued at $1,374,350, all from the initial investment of $100,000. Another example might be that you have $400,000 in your Flex Method income strategy account at retirement. Suppose it still earns a 14% rate of return. What can you expect in annual income? Because of the tax advantages of a cash value life insurance policy, you can expect a tax-free spendable income of $56,000 annually, with little to no interruption to your original $400,000 in cash value savings. You are still eligible to receive your Social Security and to retain the $400,000 in cash value for your life insurance policy. Using the Flex Method, the income from your cash value life insurance policy is non-taxable. The Flex Method combines the best attributes that you would want in your income strategy: safety, high growth, consistent income, tax advantage, and easy access. Think of the financial freedom you can have with very little risk. Let's take a look at the possibilities of the Flex Method income strategy using a comparison. Suppose a 50-year-old male in good health with $200,000 to invest wants to increase his tax savings for retirement until he reaches the age of 66. Let's compare the spendable income after taxes with a traditional cash value life insurance policy, which is most like an infinite banking income strategy, which has an average rate of return of 5%, to an IRA, which has an average rate of return of 10%. We can then compare both of these to the Flex Method income strategy. Let's also take into consideration that at age 66, the retiree needs to withdraw 20 years of annual income. How much projected annual and monthly income will each strategy provide? The traditional cash value life insurance policy, which is more like an infinite banking income strategy, would provide $16,406 a year, or $1,368 per month for 20 years, as illustrated by the white bars. The IRA would provide $23,676 for the first year, or $1,973 a month, and then gradually increase each year until at year 20 it would provide $45,937 a year, or $3,784 a month, as illustrated by the gray bars. The cash value life insurance policy using the Flex Method strategy would provide $80,000 a year, or $6,667 a month for 20 years, as illustrated by the blue bars. Do you want to just survive in retirement, or do you want to thrive? Imagine the things you could do and the places you could go. We are here to help you with your financial journey, from the initial bank funding for leveraging your cash value life insurance policy through your accumulation period and until the end of your benefit period. If you are at the beginning, middle, final stages, or have activated the spending phase of your retirement, we can help. We understand that everyone is unique. We can help you set up a Flex Method to fit your needs and conditions. Contact us here today to learn more. info@betterthaninfinitebanking.com. Don't just survive through your retirement, thrive through your retirement.